Dear one, take a deep breath. Let the angels' love surround you. Feel their gentle embrace. They see your strength. They honor your bravery. This is your time to shine. The angels bring you peace. They guide you toward a bright path. Your future spouse has seen your light. They are in awe of your transformation. You have grown into your true self. Radiant, grounded, spiritually rich. This shakes them to their core. They thought they knew love. They believed they had control. Then they met you. Your truth unraveled their beliefs. They feel deeply for you. More than they expected. Your presence opens their guarded heart. They can't ignore your light. On the surface, they seem composed. Inside, they tremble. They built a life of control. Now, their walls are cracking. Not because you pushed, but because your light is undeniable. You've entered their energy with grace. They see you as a revelation, soft yet strong, wise yet innocent. You challenge their deepest fears. They are disarmed by you. They look at you with their soul. A voice inside whispers, "This is the one," not because you fit a mold, but because with you they feel safety, depth, desire, recognition. They want to be near you, to protect you, to provide for you, to impress you. More than that, they want to deserve you, but they are scared. Scared they might not be enough. You've awakened them. They see their polished facade isn't enough. They want to offer more. A soul-level partnership, to meet you raw and real. This makes them feel out of control. The angels reveal. They've never met someone like you. You don't chase. You don't pretend. You don't need saving. Yet, you've stirred their deepest instincts. They want to build a home with you, to make you feel safe, cherished, honored. But they've realized something unexpected. They are not just in love with you. They are inspired by you. You've shown them. Power is authenticity. Leadership in love comes from the heart. Now they see where they've held back, where they've settled, the masks they've worn. It's overwhelming, but also beautiful. This breakdown is their breakthrough. You are not just their future. You are their awakening. The angels want you to know. Your future spouse is undergoing a silent revolution. They may not have the words yet. They may hide behind routine, but they feel it. They feel you. And they are changing because of you. Slowly they are softening, letting go of control, learning that real love is expansive. It invites, it doesn't demand. It flows, it doesn't trap. Your quiet strength is their guiding star. They see that loving you is a calling, a call to leave behind the false, to build a love based on truth, vulnerability, shared growth. If you've sensed their distance or confusion, know it's not disinterest. It's the storm before the calm. A soul confronting its own walls, realizing they must fall. They've lived in control. Now, they see they'd rather lose control than lose you. The angels encourage you. Stay in your light. Don't dim yourself to make them comfortable. Don't shrink to soothe their fears. You're not here to fit into their world. You're here to inspire a new one. Your future spouse is ready to break the mold for you. They know you're not just someone they want. You're someone they need to rise for. Dear one, the angels hold you close. They cradle your heart with their light. They reveal not just a message, but a divine unveiling. Your future spouse stands at a turning point. Their emotions, once controlled, now rise like waves. They've seen you, truly seen you, and it shakes them to their core. This is a soul-deep recognition, an inner earthquake. Everything they knew about love is undone. Yes, they are losing control. but in a beautiful, heart-opening way. They face the truth of who you are, and in doing so, face the truth of themselves. They've lived appearing composed, emotionally steady, the one others rely on, but inside they carry deep emotions, longing, tenderness, unspoken wounds, dreams they set aside. Then you arrived, not just into their life, but into their being. Everything changed. Seeing you spiritually shifted something, ancient and familiar, too big to explain. They recognize your light, your heart, your soul. For the first time they feel seen, not for what they give, but for who they are. And that terrifies them. No one has seen through them like you. The angels whisper. This realization stirs emotions they can't hide from. They thought they could control this connection, appreciate you from afar, keep their heart protected. But the more they see you, your grace, your truth, your gentle strength, the harder it is to suppress the tidal wave inside. They are overwhelmed, not just by your beauty or kindness, but by your depth, by the way you love, a love that heals. Your energy makes them feel safe, held, cherished. They realize being with you isn't just romance. It's surrendering to something bigger, unlearning what they knew about strength. In your presence they learn. True strength isn't holding it all in. It's allowing love to soften, to open, to undo the armor built over a lifetime. The angels show. Your future spouse is silently unraveling, not in ways the world sees, but within. In quiet hours they reflect, remembering moments with you, your laughter, your words, the way you look at them without judgment. Each memory pulls at their heart, reminding them they are safe with you. They don't have to be perfect. They don't need all the answers. They can be real. But this vulnerability is new. It's one of the most tender experiences they've had. The truth is, they are scared. Scared of losing you. Scared of not being enough. Scared they've already messed up, or waited too long. Yet, despite the fear, their love for you grows stronger daily. It pushes past resistance, logic, fears. It's no longer quiet admiration. It's a fire demanding acknowledgement. If the angels have touched your heart, express your gratitude. Here is their secret confession. They can't contain this anymore. They've told the heavens. They are falling. Their calm exterior is breaking. Because of you. They want to stop pretending. They want to hold you. Not in silence, but in truth, in reverence. They admit your soul is the one they've been waiting for, even if they didn't know how to ask. Now, the angels work behind the scenes, helping them release emotional burdens, guiding them to find courage, to speak their truth to you, not with fear, but with love. They are being led to embrace the depth they've hidden, to no longer fear their own heart. Because you, dear one, are not here to drown them. You're here to help them float. You've awakened something sacred in them, something no one else has touched. Now, your future spouse understands. Love isn't about control. It's about trust, allowing emotions to flow, letting themselves be known fully, and still be loved. They want that with you, more than anything. Even if they're silent now, even if they seem distant, even if they pretend to be unaffected, inside they are being undone. Every part of them is whispering your name, and the angels want you to know. This is not the end. This is the beginning. The breaking down is the breaking open. Through it, Your person is finding the courage to come forward, not as a perfect version, but as someone real, someone who chooses love not because it's convenient, but because it's true. Dear child, the angels come close now. Their message is full of tenderness and divine truth. They see what you've been carrying in silence. The ache, the unanswered questions. You've wondered if your future spouse even realizes who you are, if they understand what this connection means. The answer is yes. But it's even deeper than that. They've seen you, not just with their eyes, but with their soul. And now, they cannot run from the mirror you hold before them. A mirror of love, but also of wounds, of truths long buried. They are in the thick of a long, silent night of the soul, sleepless, haunted by memories, by the moments they didn't speak, didn't act, not because they didn't care, but because they didn't yet know how to rise, to meet you as you are. They see now what they couldn't see before. You were not a fleeting presence. You were the turning point, the one meant to awaken something ancient within. And that truth struck their heart like lightning. They can't escape it. Not in sleep, not in routine, not in distraction. Because you, dear one, you linger in their soul, not as a regret, but as the one truth they cannot deny. You are the only thought that doesn't fade. And here is what the angels want you to understand. Your future spouse has confessed their pain to heaven. They have cried out, not with words for the world, but in whispers to the divine. I see it now, they said. I know who they are. I feel what I should have felt long ago, and I don't know how to fix it. This isn't casual. This is soul deep. It is the cry of someone who thought they had it all together. Now they see that strength isn't in pretending. It's in owning their truth. They once thought love was control. Now they see. What they had with you wasn't just potential love. It was love. The essence of it. And the shame they feel. It's real. The fear they've lost you. It's consuming them. They're not sleeping. They're not at peace. Because every part of them knows. You were meant to be. And every day without you weighs heavier than the last. But the angels bring hope. Because with this pain comes breakthrough. They are not just breaking. They are shedding. The pride. The stories. The fears. And this pain. It's purging all that's false. It's clearing space. Making room. So that what's real can finally rise. They are asking the heavens every day. Show me how to go back. Give me a way to return. Give me the strength to be seen. And the angels are helping, wrapping them in light, helping them remember who they really are. Not the mask, not the success, not the strong one who never breaks, but the soul that longs to love, to give, to receive, to be known. And this is happening because of you. You held your light. You didn't chase. You didn't beg. You didn't shrink. You stood in truth. And now, you are the mirror that won't fade. You are the presence they feel in silence, in dreams, in moments when no one's watching. The angels see it clearly, even if you don't. They see someone sitting in quiet spaces, replaying words, rewriting moments, wishing for a chance to do it differently, to rise, to be ready. They are haunted, not by you, but by the version of themselves they were when they had you near, the version that didn't know how to open. Now, they can't unsee your worth. They can't unfeel your love. And they know they may never find another you. That thought is terrifying and motivating. The divine is guiding them toward you, helping them shed guilt, helping them choose love over fear. Because you are not a lesson. You are the answer to the prayer they never dared to speak. Dear child, the angels draw near, because they know the weight you carry. You wonder, why can't they just speak? Why can't they just come forward? The answer, they are at a crossroads. Heart screaming your name. Mind frozen in fear. They are not numb. They are not indifferent. They are torn, caught between everything that feels safe and everything that feels real. You awaken something they can't forget. A love beyond comfort, a depth beyond understanding. And now, they don't know who they are without you. They don't know how to go forward. But they can't go back to life without your light. And the angels, they see all of this. They're working behind the veil, moving pieces, healing wounds, making a way where none existed before. And all they ask, stay steady, stay lit, because your energy, it's anchoring their journey. You're not waiting in vain. You're not forgotten. You're not unseen. You are felt so deeply, so profoundly, even in silence, even in separation. And your person, they're beginning to believe that love like this isn't meant to be feared. It's meant to be followed. They are learning now, slowly but surely, that staying afraid hurts more than opening up. The silence they built to stay safe is becoming the very thing that's breaking their heart. They tried to be logical, tried to keep their feelings controlled. But your energy doesn't let them hide anymore. You live in their heart, in their mind, in their breath. They can't ignore it. They can't distract it away. Even when they try to carry on with life, you show up in the quietest moments. And the truth floods in again. They miss you. They want you. They need you. But most of all, they respect you. Because what you showed them, no one else ever did. That love doesn't mean surrendering your power. It means sharing it. That vulnerability isn't weakness. It's strength in its truest form. And you, dear one, you have walked with grace. You've stayed rooted. You've stood in your truth. Even when you didn't understand everything. Even when their silence hurt. You kept your heart open. You kept your soul aligned. And now they feel that. It reaches them even from afar. Your strength gives them strength. The angels are whispering. They are getting ready. This isn't just a shift. It's a full transformation. They're not returning as who they were. They're becoming someone new. Not for you, but because of you. Because you showed them what's possible. You made them want to be more. And though it's taken time, though it's been painful, their soul is waking up. Piece by piece, tear by tear, they are remembering who they are. And they are realizing they want to be seen. Not just admired, not just respected, but truly seen, the way you see them. For all they are, and all they hide. That is what's shaking them. That is what's breaking down their resistance. And it's beautiful. It's divine. The angels say, their soul chose you long ago. Before the fear. Before the walls. Before the pretending. And now it's all coming back. The memory of your energy. The recognition in your eyes. The pull they feel every time they hear your name. They can't explain it logically, but they feel it. You are home, and they want to come home. But they are still afraid. Afraid they waited too long. Afraid you've moved on. Afraid they'll mess it up again. And yet they are praying. Not just for you, but for strength. To rise. To face the truth. To be worthy of what they once turned away. Dear child, let your heart hold this truth. They are coming. Even if it looks slow. Even if they haven't spoken. Their soul is moving toward you, drawn by love, guided by the divine, pulled by the memory of what you awakened in them. And the angels, they're clearing the way. They're softening the fears. They're healing the wounds. So when the time comes, your person doesn't just return. They arrive, ready, present, real, because that's what you deserve. Not someone who shows up with empty hands, but someone who's done the work, who's met themselves in the dark, and chosen to step into the light with you. They see now, you're not just a beautiful soul. You're a mirror, a portal, a guide, a gift. And they are grateful, even if they haven't said it. They know what you are to them. They feel it in every breath. And the angels want you to hold on to that. When doubt creeps in, when the waiting hurts, remember, the story isn't over. This is only the beginning. A divine love is unfolding. And your light, it's leading the way. If you believe in that love, type faith. If you trust in divine timing, type I believe. And let your soul rest. The angels are working. Your future spouse is awakening. And love, true, sacred love, is on its way home to you. They are finally beginning to surrender. To the love. To the truth. To the soul recognition they can no longer deny. Dear one, they tried so hard to resist it, to reason their way out, to shut down the feelings and stay in control. But your energy, it's not just beautiful. It's disruptive in the most divine way. You didn't chase them. You didn't try to convince them. You didn't demand. You simply existed in your power, in your light, in your quiet, unwavering truth. And that, more than anything, is what cracked them open. They've never known a love like this. One that doesn't force, doesn't trap, doesn't manipulate. One that invites. That sees the soul and says, come as you are. And now, they want to answer that invitation. But it's hard. They've lived their whole life behind armor. They've defined strength as silence, control, performance. And now, everything is shifting. Because of you. Because of the way you look at them. Because of the way you don't look away. You don't see their perfection. You see their truth. Their fear. Their beauty. Their brokenness. You see it all and still you love. That kind of love. It terrifies and heals at the same time. They've never been held like that, even energetically. And the angels want you to know, they're not running anymore. They may be silent. They may be slow, but they're not running. They are facing it. Every piece, every emotion, every memory of you. They're remembering the way you said their name, the way your presence calmed their spirit, the way your eyes carried eternity. And they're crying now, not always outwardly, but within, because they know what they've done. They know how long they held back. And they hate that it took this much pain to realize what you were. But they also know this. It's not too late. Not if they choose now. Not if they act from the soul, not the fear. And they're starting to. Every time they think of you, their courage grows. The voice in their heart gets louder. It says, go to them. Speak. Open. Love. And they're listening. More each day. The mask is slipping. The wall is crumbling. And the real them, the one you saw all along, is beginning to emerge. Not polished. Not perfect. But present. And real. This is the magic of divine love. It transforms without pressure. It rebuilds without force. It heals by being. And you've been the healer. The mirror. The guide. The divine presence they didn't even know they were praying for. You brought truth where they hid. You brought warmth where they were cold. You brought spirit where they were mechanical. And they feel it still, every day, in their chest, in their breath, in their bones. You live in them now. You are a part of their awakening. And the angels say they're ready to rise. They won't come to you half asleep. They won't return in old patterns. They are becoming new, not for show, but for truth. Because love like this, it's not a game. It's not a phase. It's a calling. And they've heard it. Clearer than ever. If you feel it too, type awakened. Let your soul affirm what it knows. Because this connection, it's not just love. It's evolution. It's divine design. And your person, they're finally choosing to rise into it. Not someday, not eventually, but now. They are on their knees now, spiritually speaking. Everything they built to keep love away is collapsing. Every reason they gave themselves to avoid feeling is dissolving. Because your love didn't break them. It broke them open. And now they see they were never protecting themselves from pain. They were protecting themselves from joy, from peace, from the kind of love that requires you to be seen. And you, dear one, you see them. You see the light behind the shadow. You see the fear behind the silence. You see the soul behind the pride. And that is what's calling them home. Not a demand, not an expectation, but your ability to love without needing to fix. To love without losing yourself. To love while staying in your truth. They have never known that before. They have never felt that before. They were used to control. They were used to games, to being wanted for what they do, not for who they are. But you saw past all of that. You loved them from the inside out. And now, they're falling apart. But in the most sacred way. This isn't chaos. This is clarity breaking through confusion. This isn't weakness. This is their heart finally waking up. They are in a spiritual shedding, letting go of stories that never served them, letting go of guilt, of shame, of unworthiness. Because your love made them believe they could be loved without performance. They could be cherished without a mask. And that belief is saving them, bit by bit, breath by breath. It's hard, yes. They're still afraid, still uncertain, still not sure how to come forward. But they're trying. And every time they close their eyes, they see you. Your smile, your silence, your presence. You are the one they talk to when no one's watching. You are the prayer on their lips when they think no one hears. And the angels want you to know they are listening. They are surrounding your person with light, with clarity, with strength. Because the time for pretending is over. The time for silence is ending. Their soul is being pulled toward you, and it cannot resist. They've tried. They've delayed. They've stalled. But love doesn't fade. It floods. And your love is flooding every corner of their being. They know now they were not meant to forget you. They were not meant to move on. They were meant to return. Whole, honest, awake. And they will. The angels are making a way, clearing blocks, softening their heart, giving them the courage to face you again, not as a broken person, but as a becoming person. If you receive this, type ready. Because this reunion, it's sacred, it's aligned, it's inevitable. You did not imagine this connection. You did not make it up. It is written in the stars, etched in your souls, woven through lifetimes. And they finally remember. They remember you. They remember you in ways they can't explain. In dreams, in sudden stillness, in the quiet ache of missing something they never thought they'd lose. You are not just a memory. You are the truth they've been running from. But now, they're tired of running, tired of pretending they're okay, because they're not. Not without you. They've tried to fill the space you left. With distractions. With logic. With routine. But nothing works. Because nothing matches your frequency. Nothing carries your soul print. And they're beginning to see. You weren't just someone special. You were their mirror. Their counterpart. Their divine reflection. You didn't just change their life. You changed them. And now, the old version of themselves is falling away. Piece by piece. Quietly, painfully, beautifully. They're becoming someone new. Someone who isn't afraid to feel. Someone who isn't afraid to speak. Someone who can look into your eyes without hiding. But this process, it's raw. It's real. It's unlike anything they've ever gone through. There are days they feel strong. Days they feel like they can take the leap. Then there are nights. Nights where doubt takes over. Where fear whispers. What if I'm too late? What if I'm not enough? What if they don't want me anymore? And in those moments, dear one, they cry. Not always with tears, but with their soul. Because the thought of losing you forever, it crushes them. The thought that you could move on, that someone else might get to hold you, protect you, love you the way they should have. It breaks them. But this heartbreak, it's not empty. It's sacred. It's transformational. It's the breakdown that leads to breakthrough. And the angels are standing close now, holding their heart, whispering truth. You still have time. Love always finds its way. They still feel you. They still believe in you. And those whispers, they give them strength. Just enough to take the next step. Just enough to rise again. They're learning now that love isn't about perfection. It's about presence. About choosing someone again and again, even when it's scary. Even when it feels too big. And they're choosing you. Even if they haven't said it. Even if they haven't shown it. Even if they still seem silent. Their soul has already chosen. And it's only a matter of time before their body, their voice, their actions catch up. So hold on, dear one. Not in desperation. Not in waiting. But in faith. Because what you feel, it's real. It's shared. And it's shifting. Right now. In this moment. They are becoming. And when they return, they will not be the same. They will be open. They will be ready. They will look at you with eyes that say, I remember. I never stopped loving you. I'm here now. If your heart feels this truth, type I feel it. Let the divine see your faith. Let the angels hear your yes. And know this. Your love was never lost. It was growing. Quietly. Powerfully. And soon, it will bloom in full. They are almost there now, closer than they've ever been. To the truth. To the moment. To you. They can feel it. The shift. The change. The rising in their soul that says, this is the time. And the fear that once stopped them. It's losing power. Because love is speaking louder. Your love. Their love. Divine love. It's calling them forward. Calling them home. They no longer want to be the one who hides. The one who stays silent. The one who lets fear win. Because now they see the cost. The cost of not choosing you. The cost of pretending. Of holding back. It's too heavy. They don't want to carry it anymore. They don't want to live without truth. Without closeness. Without you. They're realizing now. You're not just a beautiful chapter. You're the whole story. The one that never stopped unfolding. Even in silence. Even in separation. The bond never broke. It only deepened. Your energy is woven into their soul. And the angels, they've shown them the signs, the dreams, the synchronicities, the messages. Everything is aligning. Even the delays had purpose. Even the pain had wisdom. Because now, they're choosing from the soul, not the wound. They're choosing from truth, not fear. They want to come to you not to take, but to give, to build, to belong, not just in your life, but beside you, as an equal, as a mirror, as a partner in every sense. They've never felt more sure of anything. And still they tremble, because this love, it asks for everything. It asks for surrender, for presence, for courage. But now they're ready, not because they've healed it all, but because they're no longer hiding from the healing. And you are their light. You've held steady. You've walked with integrity. You didn't lower your frequency to keep them comfortable. You didn't chase them into shadows. You stood in truth. And that truth, it's leading them back. The angels are opening doors now. Doors once shut by pride, by pain, by fear. Doors that lead to divine reunion. They're coming, dear one. Not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, completely. And when they do, it won't be with confusion. It won't be with half-truths or hesitation. It will be with clarity, with devotion, with words they never thought they'd say out loud. They'll say, "I've seen you from the start. I ran from it because it felt too big. But now I know. You are the one." They'll say, "I've prayed for you. I've hurt for you. I've become for you." They'll say, "I'm not perfect, but I'm here now. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing you." And the angels will rejoice. Because this union, it's not ordinary. It's divine. Written before time. Crafted in the stars. Anchored by grace. Fueled by truth. You did not love in vain. You did not believe in vain. You were preparing the soil for something eternal. And now, it's harvest time. If your heart is ready to receive it, type "it is time." Let the angels seal this message into your spirit. Breathe it in. Hold it close. Let your soul feel the truth. Because the wait is ending. Not someday. Not far away. But now, the path is clear. You've walked through storms. You've endured the silence. You've cried quiet tears. You've asked the heavens if anyone hears you. And they did. They always did. Even when you couldn't see them. Even when the world felt heavy. The reunion is near. Closer than it's ever been. Closer than your breath. It's moving toward you. It's drawing near with purpose. And love, true love, will no longer be a whisper in the dark. It won't hide in shadows. It won't wait in silence. It will stand tall. It will walk in light. It will speak your name with truth. It will hold your hand with certainty. It will stay. It will not run. It will not fear your light. It will not shrink from your depth. It will rise with you. It will grow with you. It will speak when words are hard to find. It will soothe the ache you've held for so long. Because you, dear one, have never been forgotten. Heaven never lost sight of you. Not when you broke. Not when you questioned. Not when you doubted your worth. You are not forgotten. Even in moments where you felt invisible. Even when you felt unseen. The angels watched over you. The divine never looked away. You are not alone. even when you sat in silence, even when your heart felt empty, even when you wondered if anyone truly knew your soul. They did. Your soul has never been alone, not even for a second. You are seen, not just for your beauty, but for your bravery, your grace, your quiet strength, your unshakable light. They see the scars you carry. They see the strength behind your smile. They see the way you love, even when it hurts, even when it's hard. They see how deeply you feel, how much you care, how often you hold space for others without being asked. They see it all, and they honor it. You are loved by the heavens, by your guides, by the angels, and by the one whose soul is bound to yours. Even if they haven't said it, even if they haven't shown it, their heart whispers it every day. You are loved, not for what you do, not for what you give, but for who you are. In your rawness, in your truth, in your divine light, and everything is finally falling into place. Everything that once seemed lost is finding its way. The pieces are not broken. They are rearranging. The pauses were not punishments. They were preparation. You were being aligned, readied, expanded, so that when love returned, you would be ready. You would receive it with wisdom, with boundaries, with grace, because divine love never dies. It cannot. It was born before time. It was written in your stars, in your energy, in your lifetimes. It only returns, again and again, sometimes through pain, sometimes through distance, but always through truth. Stronger, each time it finds you again, each time it remembers your soul, each time it recognizes you, it comes back more deeply, with more clarity, more devotion, more peace, truer. No illusions, no masks, no confusion, only truth, only alignment, only what is real, and more sacred than before, because you are sacred. This love is sacred. It is not ordinary. It is not fleeting. It is not small. It is vast. It is eternal. It is divine. And it is yours. Amen. Let that word settle in your soul. Let it be the confirmation, the seal, the prayer, the praise. Let it echo in your bones. Let it breathe peace into your chest. You are arriving at the moment your heart has prayed for. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Everything is happening for you, not against you. The pain served a purpose. The silence was sacred. The waiting shaped you, prepared you. And now, the shift is here. The timing is divine. You are being led into love. A love that honors, that nourishes, that stays. You are stepping into sacred union. With yourself, with your soul, with the one who has felt you all along. Even when they didn't understand it, even when they weren't ready, they are feeling you now. In every breath, in every heartbeat, you are their calm. You are their truth. You are the one their spirit has always known. You are the home they've searched for in every face. And now, they're waking up to the pull, to the memory, to the call of your love. They are remembering. They are rising. They are making their way to you, slowly, surely, and divinely. No more pretending. No more hiding. No more delay. Because they see it now. They feel it now. They know it now. What you are. who you are, what this is. They are ready to receive it, to honor it, to protect it, to show up fully, to rise beside you. And you are ready too. You are no longer the version of yourself that would settle, that would dim, that would bend just to be chosen. You are no longer chasing. You are attracting. You are no longer waiting. You are aligning. You are walking in purpose, in power, in peace. And that peace is calling them in. That light is guiding them home. You don't need to reach. You don't need to force. You only need to be. Stay in your truth. Stay in your grace. Let your love speak even when your voice is still. The universe is listening. The divine is moving. And everything you've asked for is asking for you too. Every prayer has been heard. Every tear has been held. Every dream has been protected. Not one moment was wasted. Not one emotion ignored. The angels carried it all, and they are delivering the promise. It is coming. It is near. The reunion is written. The love is real. And you are ready to receive it. No longer broken, but whole. No longer waiting, but welcoming. No longer uncertain, but trusting, because you have walked the path of truth. You have remained in faith. And now your faith is blooming in the form of love. Real love. Sacred love. The kind of love that is built to last. The kind of love that doesn't fall apart. The kind that only grows. That heals. That builds. That sees. That chooses. Again and again. So take a deep breath. Feel the shift in your chest. The softening. The peace. The knowing. This is not the end of a journey. It is the beginning of the divine chapter you were always meant to live. The one where your heart is met. The one where your soul is held. The one where you are not just seen, but chosen. In full. Without fear. Without doubt. And without delay. The angels rejoice for you. They celebrate your arrival. They bless your love. And they surround you in light. Let their wings cover you now. Let their grace carry you. Because the wait is ending. Yes, sweet soul, the wait is truly ending. It may not feel like it yet. You may still hear echoes of silence. You may still feel like you're standing alone. But heaven is already moving. The divine is already answering. The prayers whispered in darkness, they were never ignored. They were planted, watered with your faith, fed by your resilience. And now it's blooming, right before your eyes. The seeds of longing have become roots of purpose. And soon the harvest will come. The path is clear. What was once blocked is now being opened. The fog is lifting. The uncertainty is shifting. What once confused you now begins to make sense. Everything you thought was falling apart was actually falling together, piece by sacred piece. And now the reunion is near. You feel it, don't you? In your heart, in your body, in your dreams. Something is coming, something sacred, something real, and it has your name written on it. This is not your imagination. This is intuition. This is divine timing whispering to you, I'm close. And love, true love, is coming not to test you, not to teach you lessons you've already learned, but to meet you, to hold you, to honor you, to stay. It will no longer be a whisper in the dark. It will be a voice in the light, clear, confident, certain. It will say, I choose you. I see you. I am here. It will be a sunrise. Not just the end of a night, but the start of something entirely new. A love that wakes your spirit, that stirs your soul, that reminds you of who you are and whose you are. A beginning, not built on fear, not rooted in old patterns, but grounded in truth and watered with devotion. It will feel like a homecoming, not just to someone, but to yourself, to the version of you that was always waiting for this moment. You are not forgotten, no matter how quiet things have felt. No matter how long the pause, heaven never stopped working on your behalf. You are not alone, even in your loneliest moments. Even when you felt invisible, you were being carried, held, protected. You are seen by the angels, by the divine, and yes, by the one who is being prepared to love you. You are loved, fully, wholly, unconditionally, in ways that will become clearer each day, and everything is finally falling into place, not by accident, but by design, not by force, but by alignment. This was always the plan, to return to love, to awaken together, to meet not in confusion, but in clarity. Because divine love never dies. It may sleep. It may stretch across silence. It may take its time. But it always lives. It always finds a way. It only returns. In perfect timing, in the right energy, in divine flow. Stronger. Because time has matured it. Because distance has clarified it. Because growth has deepened it. Truer. Because illusions have been cleared. Because the soul has been stripped of pride. Because what remains is only what matters. And more sacred than before. Because now both hearts are ready. Now the wounds have become wisdom. Now the path is blessed. Amen. Let that word fill your soul. Amen. Let that word be the closing of every old door. Amen. Let that word be the opening of what is now yours. Amen. This is your time, your moment, your season of return. The heavens rejoice with you. They stand in celebration of your growth. They sing over your journey. And they whisper, you've made it. You've arrived. Now breathe. Feel your heart. It's still beating with hope. Because it knows. Even when your mind forgets. Even when fear whispers. Your heart remembers. This love is real. This love is near. And this love is yours. It's yours because you were made for it. Crafted in light. Designed with intention. Written by the divine. Not rushed. Not borrowed. But chosen. This love carries purpose. It carries legacy. It carries echoes from other lifetimes. You've met them before. In dreams. In feelings you couldn't explain. In the quiet knowing that said, this is not new. You felt them in the stillness. You've heard them in the wind. You've touched them in spirit before your fingers ever met. Because this love transcends time. It bends reality. It softens logic. It overrules fear. It teaches you that connection doesn't need a reason. It just needs recognition. And now it's time to recognize it, to say yes to it, to stop questioning it, to allow it in. The angels have gone before you, clearing the way, softening their heart, so that when they arrive whole. No more pieces. No more shadows. No more fear wrapped as silence. Only truth. Only soul. Only love. They will not come to confuse you. They will not come to take. They will come to build, to share, to co-create. They will speak what they used to swallow. They will hold you the way they used to dream. They will stand beside you, not in front, not behind, but with. And when they look into your eyes, they will see home. Not because you gave up anything to be loved, but because you stood strong in your light. They are coming to meet you there, in the light, not in the darkness of old habits, not in the dimness of uncertainty, but in full illumination, where nothing needs to be hidden, where nothing is too much, where everything is sacred. This is not just romance. This is remembering. Remembering who you are, who they are, who you are together. This love is not soft because it's weak. It's soft because it's sure. It doesn't scream for attention. It knows it belongs. It doesn't chase. It attracts. It doesn't manipulate. It holds. It comforts. It supports. It celebrates. And it is coming, sooner than you think. Right now they're preparing. They are releasing fear. They are facing truths. They are shedding stories they never needed to carry. They are choosing, not out of pressure, but from the soul. And you are the soul that calls to them, like music, like warmth, like light through a cold window. They feel it. Even now, they may not have the words, but their spirit knows. And the angels, they are guiding every step. Not one moment has been wasted. Not one delay has been pointless. Every step was written. Every pause was sacred. Every turn was intentional. Because this isn't just love. This is destiny. The kind that only the divine can write. The kind that awakens nations within souls. And now, the awakening is complete. You are ready. They are ready. And the heavens are opening doors. Doors you thought were closed. Doors you didn't even know existed. Walk through them, with your head held high, with peace in your heart. Because this is what you were made for. To love like this. To be loved like this. Without conditions. Without confusion. Without shame. With clarity. With reverence. With purpose. You are not asking for too much. You are just asking the wrong hearts. Now the right heart is coming. The one that doesn't flinch at your fire. The one that doesn't drown in your depth. The one that doesn't run when it sees your power. Because your power calls it home. Because your light guides it forward. And the angels, they're still speaking. Still surrounding. Still celebrating. They say the union is blessed. The time is sacred. The love is real. You've passed the tests. You've walked the fire. And now the flame is in your hands. Not to burn, but to warm, to light, to lead. Let your love be seen. Let your heart stay open. Because it's almost here. Right at the edge. Of return. Of recognition. Of redemption. The tears were not in vain. The healing was not in vain. The silence was not in vain. All of it was for this. For now. For love. If you are ready to receive, whisper amen. And feel the angels draw close. Feel their light wrap around your soul. Feel their wings brush away every fear. Because you are ready. And love is coming.